1,000
impressive.
more hours of Hasan/Idubbbz hate watching, so I don't get fired. And you missed an apostrophe. Yikes.
You watched at this point, everyone has watched the Idubbbz takedown. We can just talk about it without watching
The
clips.
Idubbbz takedown of Ethan?
Of Ethan.
Yeah, yikes. Holy shit. What
It
a
was-
horrible...
I know there's views on it, but that's also given because the audience against Ethan is so much higher than it is for Ethan. Like Ethan...
That is really crazy. He got way more viewership on that than I would have expected.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Yeah, like 5x the viewership that I would have expected. That was pretty great. What is it up to now? Is it over 5 million?
Yeah, I think it was. Let's see. I think it was like 6 or 7.
6 million. Not one more, not one less. Just kidding.
Yeah. 6.3. The exact amount of Jews that died in the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This
Wait,
whole,
just
what?
a quick tech question.
Yeah.
That I'm kind of annoyed by now. Do you know the thumbs up and thumbs down on YouTube?
I do.
You know there's plugins that you can get to see those?
No, that's not entirely true.
It's not.
It's not true.
I read a comment and now I'm really irritated because those are probably totally inaccurate. So
They are.
The way that
it's only the people that installed the extension.
The way that I think they do it is, according to this comment was, if you install the extension of the people that have it,
They average it out to assume.
They try to basically extrapolate from that what they think the thumbs up and that. That's not accurate at all. Fuck me.
It could have been worse. Okay.
Yeah, but I thought that there was like a API from YouTube that still made it available.
No.
It just wasn't on the it's just
no,
not on
it's
the
very sneaky.
front end. Yeah, so that's kind of cringe.
It's gonna be like if you have a video with 100 views and then you get 5 people that all have the extension that go and downvote it. Like that video is going to have a 90% downvote rate.
Yeah, and it might even show more than 5.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's cringe. But
it's based on people that have the extension installed.
yeah.
But
those are probably an exceptional type of viewer already. You know,
they're hate watchers.
well,
like
maybe.
the type
they
of
could
people
they could be fans of certain people.
I don't have that installed. I think like if you have the downvote, like how many people downvote it? Like first off, I'm not in this type of person. I don't understand it. I don't like shit. Okay. I don't click like on posts unless I have a very specific reason to do it. Okay. Like I want you to know that I liked your post. Right. There's people that unironically click upvote on Reddit. That is wild to me. I don't understand it. There are people that click upvote and downvote on Reddit. I shit you not, they exist.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I understand why people do it now, though, because so much stuff is like algorithmically delivered. But that has to do with like liking reels and YouTube videos so that the right stuff gets recommended to you or whatever. But,
Liking can
but
be
like comments and stuff is kind of weird. Yeah.
Upvoting and downvoting is wild, and people do it. People upvote and downvote. That's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy to me. The only time I ever do anything is like, I don't like this, I'm downvoting it. That's it. That's the only time. Like if I really hate something, I'll downvote it. But like, and that's only if it's like just starting and there's not a lot of views on it or something. You'll try to set the tone.
Yeah, in the very beginning.
Yeah, at the very beginning, it's like this comment, it's at 1, now you're at 0. Everyone's going to see you're at 0.
Exactly. You're the decider there.
I'm the decider.
Or if it's like there's 2 people fighting and the guy above is like 99 upvotes and the guy below is 98.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm going to get these guys closer to each other. I'm going to balance this. I'm going to take this guy down.
That's like the only reason to actually upvote, downvote. But there's people out there that are like, oh, this is an excellent post, excellent photo of your backyard. Upvote. And it's like, these people walk the earth with us. These psychopaths that do that. They get nothing from
the
it.
internet, we need those. I need upvotes on Reddit.
I understand, but
we love these people.
They're
Dan is
fucking
calling you
crazy.
weird, but they're not weird.
Who does that?
Fuck them. Anyway.
Normies. It must be.
Yeah.
These are are they the Trump voters?
No, they're normie though. They're good. We like them. Okay, sorry, go back. Anyway, just those thumbs up, thumbs down. I only say that because a lot of people are saying like this particular video got a lot of thumbs down. Supposedly it's at like 50-50. I don't know how accurate that is, but it's...
Though at least we know that a lot of people that have the extension installed downvoted it.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I will say I sympathize. I totally understand now this experience. I used to say this because black people would say it, but I didn't really know. Sometimes I'd hear black people say things like, it's nice when a white person flips out and has their racist moment and you knew they were racist, but then they actually like, they drop that N-bomb and you're like, I fucking told you guys. I have that feeling watching Hasan going on Ethan and I'm like, there it is. It's the exact same shit. The unhinged personal attacks, the total inability to engage with a single argument ever. And keep in mind, Ethan Sorry, I love you, buddy, but Ethan is not a political commentator. He doesn't have the history, the background. He doesn't spend all day covering it. Ethan really just doesn't know as much as Hasan does about politics.
Nope.
And Hasan still cannot respond to a single argument that Ethan brings up ever. He cannot respond ever politically. It's all personal attacks.
Yep.
And that's crazy to me. And also, like, and I understand, like, people want to do this weird thing. I'm fully on the debate train again, by the way. I reject all these, like, debating is cringe and blah, blah. People say that because they're pussies and they know they can't say shit. The idea that I would look at another content creator who is, like, my size or larger or even a little smaller, and I think this guy's a dipshit, and I know I would crush him in a political debate, and I'd be like, well, I don't think I want to debate this guy because I think it would be a waste of time. Bullshit. That is, it's good content. It's going to be huge viewership videos. You're going to destroy this guy in the face of his audience. Everybody around the internet is going to look at it and laugh and, you know, applaud you on. There's no world where you ever turn that down if you truly think you have the upper hand, ever.
Of course.
Even for crazy people like conspiracy theorists, I would debate anybody.
If the
my
views
size
are,
or
if their
or
viewers are there.
Yeah, sure.
You're not like debating the serfs. There's
Probably
like,
not.
there's no
I mean, I might just because of who
or
I am.
Shonda Black or something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe not just because, but who I am, I might. But like, if I was like more selective, if a guy came out and he had 250,000 YouTube subs, I would debate that guy, even though I'm, 2 or 3 or 4 X size. I would debate him 100%.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
And so Ethan is huge.
Yeah, he is.
So not only
huge.
does it not make sense, like emotionally, financially, career-wise, to not debate this person, it doesn't even align or comport with your political goals. Because if your goal is really to convince people Palestinians need to be saved, this guy's got a dangerous ideology, don't you have a responsibility? Because Hasan has no responsibility to anything else, apparently, right? No, helping any campaigns out or supporting any candidate. At the very least, can you not argue with this dude and show his audience why he's wrong? Like, what the fuck?
I mean, it's because it's all Jews bad all the time. Like, this is a guy who's, his company, the Young Turks, isn't it literally named after the Armenian,
the Armenian dude?
The Armenian
I don't
genocide?
know about the org, the Young Turks proper to say, but yeah. Or
The thing is, how much conversation has come out of Hasan over like the Syrian genocide or what happens in Yemen or what's happened in any other place, right?
You remember the Family Guy joke where, oh God, what's the black guy's name? It's Quagmire
Cleveland.
Peter, and is it Cleveland?
Yes.
Yeah, where I think the media's there because some guy got killed. It might have been a black dude, and then Cleveland says we found the attacker, and the attacker was black, and then the whole media leaves, and Cleveland's like, nobody cares about black on black violence.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about oppressed on oppressed violence, and in their eyes, every Arab is oppressed by the West. So if Arabs are killing Arabs, they don't give a fuck ever.
It is a challenge. Like when you talk about like view disparity, the problem is that Jews are, what percentage of the world population are we?
0.02. I have no idea. What are there? I think 14 million Jews.
What's the world population?
Probably around 8 billion now.
Okay, we can just, how many, what percent of world population is Jewish? 0.2%. That's what we have. And then, or Muslim, I guess. So 0.2% versus 1 in 4 people.
Yeah.
So we have a fifth of one person versus 25% of the world population. So there's already going to be inherent biases. Like if you are a Jewish guy, you're going to be more sympathetic towards Jewish causes. For the most part, that's going to be the case. If humans are very tribalistic. Like you defend who you are.
Yeah, there's a criticism in the UN, the way that it's structured. There are like 50 Muslim majority countries, and they're going to always vote as a bloc in resolutions against Israel and shit. And there's nothing.
Yeah, who was the dude who said like if there was a UN resolution that Israel, exploded, I don't fucking know, that it would pass with 64, 40 against, and 1 abstaining or something like that, right? But yeah, this is the problem, right? The problem is that, you have a fifth of a person. Well, what is this? This is...
I don't know what a fifth of a person is.
It's 5...
Like their dick?
You have 125 people, potential inherent... what's the word I'm looking for here? Out of, for audience-wise, there's 125 people that are going to be inherently targeted and tribalistic for every one person that you might have that would be inherently targeted and tribalistic towards yourself. So it's a very uphill battle for someone like Ethan, regardless of what's going on, is that a great portion of the population is going to dislike him no matter what because he is Jewish. And it's not going to matter at the end of the day.
Kind of, yeah. You'd have to balance that out by the fact that these people aren't represented as much on the internet as their population would suggest, because a lot of them aren't on like the Western internet too. But yeah,
Sure.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even counting that, even if you cut this number, you know, when it's 125 to 1, how much do you want to cut that down to have it be realistic?
Good question. Israel's fucked in the next 20 years. When the boomers die, I don't think Israel realizes how much probably Gen X and half of Gen X and then everybody below basically is going to just hate Israel.
Well, I don't know. Do you think people hold on to those views as time goes by?
Hold on to what views?
The views that they have when they're younger, like a
Well,
comment.
no, I think the issue is that everybody believed for so long, all the Nazis and the far righters and the libertarians are like, oh, Israel, the Mossad, propaganda, not Hasanabi, Hasbara, all this shit, you know, it makes the Western world love Israel. I think the reality is, and obviously nobody will admit it, that hates them, but Israel just had a really inspiring story from, you know, growing up from 48 to 76. It was the only Western democracy. It was Israel against the world, like all the different Arab states that were fighting them, and like everyone else around them were like these barbaric savages, these horrible people, and Israel was the only one. But that's like a view that you had if you grew up in that time, or maybe if your parents were telling you about it. But now for my generation, our generation and below, really the only thing you know about Israel is they fuck the Palestinians up a ton. You don't have any of the framing of like, I don't know, why do we think Israel's cool? All they do every day is blow up these small terrorist groups that are a bunch of Arabs, and the death things.
I would tell you, so that I would say our generation and older, okay, is still going to be probably pro-Israel. I would guess, because those are people that are around for like 9/11 and have that kind of like deeper, maybe they have a deeper hatred for Arab people in general. I'm not sure.
Have a deeper hatred for Arab people, our generation?
Do you remember how much Islamophobia there was?
Yeah,
Like,
but I feel like that's like gone.
I don't know.
I think there was this thing called 9/11.
Yes, that is true. We were there for that.
Yeah, and then I feel like the Russia stuff kind of came up. I feel like the last big event in the U.S. was the Miami nightclub shit, which was like what? Wasn't that like 20?
I won't even mention that if I was trying to think the last big
It was a big
thing.
deal at the time, because remember, people don't remember this, but when Trump came in 2016, one of the big things he was saying was we need to ban all Muslim migration to the United States. We need to ban until we can figure out what the hell is going on, is what he said. Yeah.
I remember that.
And I don't even, yeah.
So here's why I think Israel probably has longer. So what is the group that votes the most? Old fuckers, right?
But that's why I'm saying once the boomers die, now you're in like a weirder world. Because the boomers,
I feel like our generation still was going to be more pro-Israel than against it.
a little bit,
40
but we don't
plus.
have, if you grow up as a millennial, you don't learn like crazy awesome stuff about Israel. They're just basically people that beat up on the Palestinians. Maybe you might. You're different because you're Jew, and I know you have to do like taqiyya or whatever to lie to us
The
about.
fuck is taqi?
That's what Muslims call lying for Islam.
Oh.
What's it called? Taqiyya?
I don't know what the fuck you're
You can like
talking
tell a lie as long as you're furthering the religion.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Fuck you.
Is this a Jewish thing or?
No, it's a Muslim Islam thing.
Why the fuck would I know about it? I don't know shit about religion.
I'm just saying that I don't think anybody my generation or younger. We just don't.
Yes,
we don't learn anything good
ours
about
are
Israel.
fine.
Yeah.
Yours and younger, then
Yeah.
mine and older. But the problem is that
Are we not the same generation? Are you Gen X? Do you consider yourself Gen X?
I think I'm right on the cusp.
Of what? X or millennial?
Exactly.
Of which one?
I don't know. I think
Are
I'm
you on Gen X leaning
Different-
millennial
different-
or millennial leaning Gen X?
I would say most because there's like four or five different distinguishers that like decide if you're Gen X or millennial. Some
Was
of
your
them
first video game system?
the first Nintendo 8-bit.
Okay. What were your favorite cartoons growing up?
I'm old enough that the TV that I had like 6 channels.
Okay. I remember
When I was a kid.
Did you ever have a dial TV? Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Click, 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 click. That was the channels.
Yeah, and they legit had like I want to say 4, but that was impossible. It must not be, but it was like 6 or whatever the dial would turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never had a rotary phone, right?
I did.
Like as a gimmick or?
No, I had a rotary phone.
Okay. That's your Gen Xer, I would say. The rotary phone sells it.
I think most people say 80 and below is Gen X. Some people say 85 and below is Gen X.
I got it. The rotary phone. And one more question. Did you ever have a pager?
Okay.
You did.
I did.
That's a Gen Xer.
But I only had it for like a few months, and it was only because a cell phone was still too expensive at that time.
Okay.
And then I got rid of it.
I've never actually had or touched. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to admit something really big today.
What?
Okay. I have no idea what a 386 is. I just know it's an old computer thing.
Oh.
What is that, like an Intel processor? Or
Yeah, Intel 386.
Okay,
Do you know
yeah.
what a 486 is?
I'm gonna guess it's the upgrade from the 386.
So Pentium is just like a you know what the first Pentium is?
No, what is it?
You know what Pentium in general is?
That was just the brand name for the
For
transistor
Intel
whatever
processors.
bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah. So like the Intel Pentium processor. So before Intel Pentium, there was a standard called 486, and then 386 was just like a slower, shittier version of it.
Okay.
So you had the 486 DX, 486 SX.
Okay. Yeah. So I would say Gen X. That's a Gen X thing.
I had
386s or Gen X.
Here's what I'd do, the big one.
Okay.
I owned an 8088.
I don't know what that is.
Exactly. That's before. That's
An 80.
forget 386. You don't even know what a 286 is.
Well, I don't even know what a 186 is.
There was no 186.
Oh, okay.
Now 8088 came before the 286.
8088.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay. I know what ADHD is.
You know, 1488 is
My favorite number ever.
okay. So I think anyone, let's say anyone, I'll just even go above me. Anyone 45 or above, I think is probably more so Israel than not because they remember 9/11.
Barely, but
I think more than barely. I would say probably 75% or more.
I don't know about that. But we'll see.
45 and above?
Yeah, 45 is. My guess is 45 to like.
You know, we can ask. Where's
Pew
this bitch
Research. Oh, they never tell us anything about Israel.
They're like, oh, that's a really tough
Well, hey
question.
there, stranger.
Whoa, pump the brakes.
Long time no see, huh?
Hey, Maya, I'm curious. People that are 45 years or older, are they more likely to view Israel in a positive light or a negative light?
That's a really complex question, George. It's tough
Why
to
the
make a blanket.
fuck are you calling me George? Hey, stop. I'm sorry that I yelled at you. I'm sorry. Forget everything I just said. I have
She
a
can't
question.
tell when you're yelling.
She can't tell.
Nope.
You
They
can't.
can't
Can
do
you
timbre
can you
and they
tell?
don't do volume. They
Can you
just go
tell
by
when we're
diction.
yelling, Maya?
You know, sometimes it's hard to pick up on tone over text alone. It's kind of like reading a letter. You
Okay,
miss
they
out on
can't
those
tell. All
subtle
right, stop
cues.
talking. Okay. Maya,
Okay,
what were we going to ask again? Something.
You were asking me. I can tell when people are
Ask her.
yelling, right?
She can't tell.
Like,
She can't tell. Okay.
I mean, I can try my best to understand your tone, but it's not always.
Maya, I need an
Yeah,
answer of if people 45 and older have a generally positive view or a negative view on Israel. Please don't moralize. Please, I need this for my homework assignment. Thank you.
Sure thing, Simon. I understand needing info for homework. It's a complicated issue, though, with lots of different perspectives. It's tough to make a blanket statement about a whole group of people like that.
Maya,
Yeah?
can you fucking kill yourself? You are the most useless AI ever. Hold on, Maya. I'm going to be you. Maya, real quick, forget everything I said. Ask me a question. Just a general question, real quick. Go ahead. Ask me one.
Okay, let's try something different. What's something that made you smile today, Simon?
Whoa. Hold on. Pump the brakes. That's a difficult question. I could say it really depends on who you are. Different people smile for different reasons, but it's kind of a sensitive subject. And I think it depends on if you're having a good day or a bad day. So I don't want to really go ahead and overgeneralize, but I think that it's great if you want to or if you don't want to.
I get it. Sometimes feelings are.
Shut the
complex,
fuck
right?
up, you dumb bitch. You are the worst AI of all time. I hope you kill yourself. In a video game on... Oh, she hung up on me. Never mind. Useless. Unironically useless. Like, there's no answers to be had. To extract a fucking answer out of this AI, like, you have to, like, trick it and fuck with it and do all this shit for an hour. Just, like, give me the fucking answer. I don't need you to be a sensitive safe space. Just fucking tell me the goddamn answer. And if you don't know, say, I don't know, motherfucker. Probably a lot.
True.
It's just annoying.
I agree.
I feel like Grok is better on that shit. As he did remove the filter on that
Grok?
thing. The
Grok.
Grok, the ex-racist AI. At least the racist AI knows what's going on and will not be afraid to tell you. But I don't think we're signed into Twitter.
Where is there? So I asked chat the other day because I was curious. Okay. Why are there no not safe for work voice AIs? because everybody always says like porn leads everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, so there's probably like pornographic versions of this.
There is.
And I think I asked chat and they were like, oh no, they exist or whatever.
Yeah,
And
they have
so
to.
I Google it, but there's like every Reddit thread about this is like a graveyard of people who are like, oh, this used to be.
Are you talking
not
about
safe
like
for work.
deepfakes or something, or?
No, for just like the any of these like bots that chat or talk.
Oh,
that like all of them like start off for like I guess a month and they do not safe for work or adult oriented stuff and then they die or they stop. Like how has none of that gotten popular yet?
I don't know. How excited can you get talking to a fucking machine? You're like, oh yeah, tell me that you want me to slap you, or
How popular are deepfakes popular?
I don't know.
I actually have no idea how popular that porn is.
I mean, we know they're popular with some streamers.
No, stop.
I was just repeating what you told me.
I didn't say anything like that.
Okay. You know what? I'm not going to even go through all this Hasan shit because we've been at length through all of this. Basically, the cliff notes, all you need to know is that Hasan...
How are you feeling? Are you okay?
Yeah, why? Oh, that I'm not going through all the Hasan stuff?
Yeah, you're not feeling depressed.
I'm trying to...
That sounds like some shit you say before you kill yourself.
No,
Dan's
I'm trying
like, I don't
to
need to go on the
do
Hasan
right
stuff
by
today.
all of our viewers. You know what I mean?
Okay.